Hello there, good evening everyone, and welcome to pitchIN Thursdays, where we introduce our latest additions to our platform. Hello, my name is Cynthia. I'm the manager of pitchIN Academy, and I'm your host for tonight. Let me do a quick introduction. Eddie is the Investors Relations of Newleaf. Newleaf is Malaysia's leading durian plantation company, started by a group of professionals with extensive experience in agribusiness and plantation management. From plantation and processing to export and international trade, they have a complete agri-value chain in the durian industry. Newleaf is fundraising via pitchIN to develop 200 acres of durian plantation expansion in Pahang. So let's hear from Eddie himself. Take it away, Eddie. It's your turn.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Cynthia, for your introduction. Hi, everyone. Good evening. And coming to the durian season, I believe that everyone here today, most of it are the fans of durian. And we know that durian, this kind of fruit is right, follow us since we are young and up to now. Same to me as well. I love to eat durian since I was young. And up to now, during the durian season, definitely I will go to eat durian. And yes, so how was the durian playing in the international market and also in the Malaysian market? Let's see about it. Okay, before that, let me share a screen with you all. Okay, so in this coming of the presentations, right, we have three main points. The first thing will be the market potential of the durian. Secondly, who are we? And thirdly, what are we offering to the public? So in agriculture lines, right, it's played a very important roles, especially contributing to the Malaysia economics. So from plantation, we can develop a lot of downstream product. For example, rubber, we can do like glove, tires, like in 1970, we are very famous in palm oil plantation. If let's say we go through the North-South highway, you can see a lot of palm trees were planted around. It's not just 100 acres of land, but few thousand acres of land were planted the palm oil plantation. By using palm oil plantation, we can produce a lot of downstream product. For example, a lot of the F&B contains palm oil ingredients. Coming to 2010, currently Malaysia is very famous in durian plantation, and up to now, right, we are third largest producing country after Thailand. This is due to the demand in the not only in Malaysia, also in the international was very high. So a lot of the big corporations were into the durian plantation. So this is due to the high margin of profit. So most of the company were looking into it, especially durian plantation. Okay. In Malaysia, we have more than 200 types of durians. Okay, 5 of these were the most famous breeds among all the 200 breeds of durians. For example, like D160, Tekka, Sultan, Musang King, Mas, and Blackthorn. In these particular projects, right, we are focusing on Musang King and Blackthorn. Why? Basically, different people have their own preference and taste. But at this moment, in terms of the stability and production, and also the quality, Musang King is still in the rank #1 in Malaysia. Okay, let's see about the durian potential, market potential. How was the durian, especially Musang King and other breeds, is doing in the international market? Look at this graph. The whole world was leading by the produce country from Thailand, followed by Malaysia, also Vietnam. So Thailand has been producing and supplying durian to the world for many, many years, and they are already matured in their supplies. This is due to last time when we are focusing on the palm oil plantation day, Thailand already commercialized the durian plantation. However, since 2014 up to now, Malaysia is start to grow, and you can see the figure of the export value is keeping on increasing. In terms of taste, structure, and also the smell, Malaysia durian is quite different compared to the Thai durian, because Thai durian, normally they will harvest the durian straight away from the tree before it ripens. However, in Malaysia, it's another way around. Most of our durians, right, we have to wait it ripes and fall from the tree, only we go for the collections and also harvest. That's why in terms of the structure, taste, and smell, the Malaysia durian is way different compared to the Thai durians. In 2018, before durian was very famous in the international markets, Maybank Investment Bank has kept up a conference talk about the durian plantation and tagline that plantation is not just palm oil anymore. And Maybank, as a financial institution in Malaysia, they also realized that Malaysia, the next trend will be goes towards the durian industry. Recent year, we can see a lot of news mentioning about the boosting of the durian market. Even CNN as well mentioned that durian set to become Malaysia's next major export, and Malaysian government was very supportive and providing land fund education in order to increase the production and supply of the durian to the whole world. And where are we? Our durian goes to, mainly goes to the China biggest consumer. And next is Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, and US. So there are more countries like Japan, Korea, Middle East also demanding on the durian as well. So during the durian season, we are constantly receiving the orders from the Middle East country, like also from other countries as well. That's why we can see that the demand from the international market is keep on increasing. So we have to increase the supply in order to gather the demand from the international market. From the China itself, we get in 2019, 30th of May, we get the green light. Get the green light, and also kind of open the window for us to send our durian, the fresh, the durian with the husk, frozen durian with the husk to the China. And because of this, resulting about 30% of the increment of the farm price. And in China itself, since 2010 to 2020, within 10 years times, 19 times of growth was happening in the durian industry, from 150 million to 2.8 billion, the value of it. And let us see about the overview of the China market. In China, we have 1.4 billion of population, and up to now, right, you gathered Thai durian, Vietnam durian, and also in Malaysia durian, all supplying to the China, and all, no matter how much we can, even though a lot of quality of the durian were into the China markets, right, we can only supply 1% of the China population. So in this stage, right, in China, in durian industry is still in the infant state. In order to go to the mature stage, right, we have to increase our supply to the China. For the Malaysian Musang King is quite premium, and the cost will higher compared to other breeds of the durian. So it can be easily to be seen in major cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. So total production in Malaysia 2023 about 400,000 metric tons. Most of the durian were consumed by local, especially me, you, everyone in the crowd here. I believe that most of us are the fans of durian. So we are quite different compared to the Thailand's. In Thailand's, right, their durian, most of them will go for the exportation, about 80 to 85%. But however, in Malaysia, we have very strong market base in Malaysia. So most of the durian were consumed by the local, and we have a very limited resources durian that can be exported to the overseas. That's why we have to increase the supply in order to gather the demand from the international. So Malaysia durian export statistic, so you can see that about 100% growth from 2016 to 2020 within 4 years times. Okay, so who are Newleaf? We started off in 2017 durian plantation. So however, we see the potential of the durian sector. So in order to play the very major role in the durian arenas, right, we decided to extend our business from plantation to manufacturing and international trade and retail. So if let's say you go to China, Hong Kong, and Singapore, you can see that we are constantly sending our durian or export our durian to their country. Okay, in our plantation wise, the way we enter the durian plantation is quite different compared to the traditional way. Since the day one when we into the plantation, we have the master plan, our ponds, and also terrace, and also the water irrigation should be how should it be. So besides the distance between the plants, also we have to investigate as well. So everything was in our plans. Once we planted, right, we expect the yield within 4 to 5 years to get the first harvest. If let's say we're using a traditional way, it takes about 8 to 10 years. So because of advanced technology, fertilizer management, it actually can shorten the time and to get the first harvest and get the great yield. Okay, after we harvest our fruit, then we will send to manufacturing and processing. So we will process the durian is totally based on our client preference. It's either nitrogen blast the whole durian with the husk, or durian pulp, or fresh durian pulp, or durian paste, totally based on our client preference. Okay, where and how we actually pack our fresh durian and go for the export. So especially for the Hong Kong and Singapore, our fresh durian harvested today and will pack and send through the air freight by the DHL. With the collaboration with DHL, actually we can penetrate the durian market to more and more countries. If you are interested, you can straight away go to YouTube, just type DHL and also Newleaf. Definitely you can see the interview section and what is the potential and why DHL wanted into the Durian Express. So you can see the potential of it, and we are very happy to have the cooperation with the DHL. Okay, let's see the very important parts of today, Newleaf Durian Share Farming Program. So what are we going to offer to the public? Okay, Newleaf Agro Sdn Bhd is the subsidiary company of the Newleaf Plantation Berhad. So we cooperate this year. We target for this new plantation as about 200 acres of land located in Pahang. So how are we going to do the capital raise? Is via Redeemable Preference Shares, we so-called RPS. So we engage with pitchIN as an investor nominee to do the raise working and to do the development. Okay, this is the investment and returns is very easy to understand. So our one preference share is 5,000. Totally is based on your comfortable level. For example, you can invest in 5 shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, and 30 shares. It's totally based on comfortable level. So entitlement will be 60% of the profit sharing with company, which is profit after tax. So you don't need to declare any tax in the near future. All the contract will be 20 years. Also, in the next 20 years, it's just like a passive income to receive the dividend from the company, and you don't need to declare any tax. Conversion of the preference share to IPO. In the event of the IPO, initial public offering, we will redeem back your capital and to convert your preference share into the ordinary share, which in the stock market. And how are we going to utilize the fund? Most of the fund will go for the land acquisition, plantation development, and plantation maintenance. So right now, in our investment and our share price, right, definitely we will increase in the near future. Currently we are in the class A 5,000. So this is the best time for you to onboard with us. Okay. In order to know the potential of the market, let us see about the farm price of the Musang King. So in 2012 to 2021, so the price of the Musang King is keeping on increasing and never drop. So you can imagine that in the near future, inflation happens, the demand is keeping on increasing. So definitely the price of the Musang Kings will increase as well. Okay, let's see how are we going to calculate and send the dividend to our investor. Okay, we just take an example on the year 6. Okay, so in year 6, okay, in this particular projects, right, we are focusing on 200 acres of lands. In every single acre, we will plant 40 trees. So total will be 8,000 trees in 200 acres of land. So times in a year 6, based on our past experience, we can get about 80 durians, average about 80 durians per tree. So in a year, there are 2 seasons. So in a season, a tree can generate about 40 durians. Okay, in the year 6. However, based on our experience, right, definitely the number will be more than 80 durian, because based on our experience and also our management, definitely we can achieve more than 80 durian in a year in the year 6. So in total, we just take a very conservative to do the calculation and let you see how dividend is going to pay you in the near future. Okay, in this case, you can see that in total durian, we will collect about 640,000 durians times 1.5 kg. As we know that in every single different durian, they have that different weight. For example, this durian weight about 2 kg, this durian weight about 2.5 kg, some durian weight about 1 kg. We just take a very, we just take average to calculate about 1.5 kg. So in total kg will be 960,000 kg of durian in this particular year. So we just times 30 ringgit of the farm price. As we know that just now the graphs show that the current farm price is about 53 ringgit. So we just take a very conservative farm price about 30 ringgit to do the calculation. So this 28 million will be our net profit, our revenue. So minus all the operating costs, so about 8 million. So this will be our net profit. So how are we going to distribute the net profit to our investors? Okay, 50% will be go for the investor, about 12 millions. So divided by 10,000 shares. In this particular project, we only get cap our share number at 10,000. So every single shares will be receiving about 1,002 of the ringgit of the dividend. So divided by 5,000, this 24% will be your ROI. So it totally based on your preference and number of share. For example, maybe you can invest in 5 share, 10 share, 20 share. It's totally based on your comfortable levels. Okay, we are respecting to any number that you subscribe. Okay. So there are a few reasons why we have to invest in the Newleaf share farming program. The first thing is, for your understanding, this is our second project. So in the first project, thank you to Newleaf, thank you to pitchIN as well. We successfully funded and we already completed our development in the first project. Now we're coming to the second project. We have a track record to let all the investors see and let all the crowd and public to see that we are doing the genuine business, the first thing. And we are reputable and credible company to do the durian plantation. We are not only focusing on plantation, also we have our own manufacturing and also export and retail. The project is 20 years of profit sharing. So in the next 20 years, right, it's just like a passive income for you to manage your portfolio. RPS is transferable. So in the next future, if let's say you want to transfer your share to the another generation, yes, you can. Or you can find a third party to take over your share. Yes, you can. Okay, in the agreement stated clearly that there is a transfer fee of 300 ringgit for the transfer. Okay, conversion of preference share to the IPO in the event of the initial public offering. So when the event of the IPOs, right, your preference share will be converted to the ordinary share. This indicates that you will forever on hold the ordinary share of the Newleaf. Okay, so secure and protection is an asset-based investment. It's a tangible asset. So when you invested to the Newleaf, right, you are investing into the plantation, which is the tangible asset. So as you know, plantation will run away, but when the tree goes older, the value of the land will grow as well. So it's a secure and a protection to all the preference shareholder. And so for example, in the event of winding ups, right, all the preference shareholder will claim the money first before the ordinary share. So that's what this indicates, that all the preference shareholders have the priority and the protection to claim the money when the event of the winding up. Okay, legal and compliance ahead. So we engage with pitchIN to do the crowdfunding. Everything was legal and compliance, hassle-free and fully transparent. You don't need to go down to the plantation to do the fertilization, to harvest the durians by yourself. Everything will be on Newleaf. So another thing is fully transparent business means every single year, right, we will send the auditor report to all the investors. So all the investors, you know the status of the financials of the company, and also will know how much the dividend they will receive on the particular year. So these are the 7 reasons why you need to invest in the Newleaf share farming program. Okay. So currently we have the prelive limited offer. I can definitely to say to you all that after this prelive offers, right, we will definitely decrease the number of the free durian that we are giving off. So the first, we have 4 packages, package A, B, C, and D. For example, today you invested 1 share, 5,000. So you will get 2 packs of the fresh 400 gram Musang King. If you invest in package B, 10,000, for the first 2 years, you will get 3 fresh 400 grams Musang King durian pulp, fresh one. So in total up a year 3 and the second year 3, that means you will receive 6 pack of the fresh Musang King durian pulp. In package C, 50,000, 10 share. So 10 share, you will straight away receive 10 combo for the first 3 years. So total all together is 30 combo. 1 combo indicates 1 pack of the Musang King and 1 pack of D24. So in total, you will receive 30 pack of the Musang King and 30 packs of the D24. If let's say you invested 20 share, which is 100,000, first 6 years, you will straight away receive 15 combo set of the durian in each year. So you can, every single year, you receive 15 packs of the Musang King and 15 packs of the D24. for the first 6 years. So it's either based on your choice. Currently, we are having this offer is very limited. It's based on first come first serve basis, because as you know, prelive is just like an early bird for you all to get on board with us. Okay, so we are very lucky to get the international media and coverage. We so-called the attention from the media. From the start, business gave us 2 full cover page about Newleaf Durian Corporation and Sinaharian Beijing Durian Festival, the Edge Market, and there are few news platforms like CNA, South China Morning Post, Dongfang Ribao, Malaysia Mail, Sina from China. You can scan the QR code and straight away check it out. So thank you everyone for your time. If let's say you have any inquiries, you can ask and type in the Q&A box, so I will address your question.
Thank you for sharing, Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some questions we have from our audience. I will take them one by one.
Yeah.
So the first question is, when will Newleaf go live?
Okay, that's a very good question. When do Newleaf go live? Right now, we are in the pre-live because we just started. So we estimate about near next month or coming next following month, we will go live. Because currently we are getting the high impact from the public. Okay.
By the way, don't wait until they go live lah. Now also you can pledge and make your investment. Okay.
Yes. That because you need to reserve your free durian right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Question 2. Am I right to say planting starts in 2022, and then starting 2027 there will be durian yield?
There's a very good question as well.
Yeah.
As you know, we are in parallel. So for example, currently we are starting to do some nursery everything. So once we get the fund that we want, we'll straight away do the plantation and development. So currently we are still in the development stage, but we are still in the very preliminary stage, which is nursery stage. Yeah. Okay. So we are expecting the yield in 2025 like that. If let's say you go to the pitchIN force, right, you can download everything, the RI return. Yeah. Okay.
So your RI return, you put down your years lah.
Yeah, every single years like expected how much of the dividend you will receive.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, remember to download it, yeah?
Yeah, and remember to register your pitchIN account.
That's right. Thank you for helping us to promote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the third question is, do you add any food preservatives to the durian packaging?
Oh, this is a very good question. In our case, right, because we are dealing with the fresh durian, so normally the only thing we handling right now is only nitrogen, because both for the frozen durians, right, we will use the nitrogen to blast it. So by using the nitrogen blast, right, it can stand about 18 months. So I can say that there is no food preservative. Okay, I hope he has answered your question. So there's no preservative. And the fourth question is, when you said usually more than 80 durians just now, what is the estimated range from the past years? Okay, that's a very good question. For the active durians, right, in the year 6, because year 6, the durian tree is quite mature and it can bear more fruit. In the year 5, right, the first harvest we get is right in a year I think estimate is about 50 to 55 durian per year. So 2 seasons about 25 durian per tree. So in the next coming years, right, if let's say you are taking and handling the durian tree very well, right, definitely it will bear more than active durians, but we just take a very conservative about active durian to do the calculation.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. And the next question will be, can you share more about the operating cost of 30%? Okay. I think what he means is, okay, wait, I continue. Will the minimum labor cost of 1,500 ringgit affect this costing?
Okay, that's a very good question. For the operating cost, 30% is based on the next 20 years of the operating cost. We average it down and also deducted the profit after tax. I mean the taxation. So this 30% is our average and also estimation and also based on our past experience and also the, what we can say that, the data that we get from the past and experience. So we included everything. So this 30% is based on our past data. And the minimum labor cost of 1,005 affected the cost, as we know that inflation will happen. So in the future, if let's say the durian price increase, definitely the margin will increase as well. So I don't think it will be affected to our ROI and also dividend.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And the last one will be, need to wait until 2025 to get the profit distribute?
Yes, we estimate 2025. I can be honest and to frank to all the investors, because if let's say you want to invest in the company, you have to see the potential and also the market potential as well. Then why we can say that first few years there's no profit, because the profit basically is from the plantation. So plantation, it takes time to grow. For example, a tree, just like baby, it takes time to grow as well. So in the middle time of growth, right, the caring and also the time effort to give to the trees, to the durians, right, is very important. So based on our experience, right, we estimate about 2025 to get the first harvest and distribute to all the investors.
Okay. Yes. Yep. 2025, yeah, you're investing in a durian plantation.
But another thing is, if let's say you pledge today and invest today, you will receive our fresh durian. So,
so at the meantime, makan durian first lah, huh?
Yeah. Enjoy our durian first, and after that, enjoy our dividend.
Okay, nice. Okay, I think we have tackled all the questions.
Yeah.
No more. All right. So thank you everyone for the questions. Newleaf is currently pre-live on pitchIN and other free durian. So remember to pledge. They are aiming to raise 5 million ringgit, and you can invest for as low as 5,000 ringgit per investment block. So you can find out more details on our website, which is www.equity.pitchin.my. And you can also post more questions in the Q&A section on their campaign page if you didn't get a chance to do so today. Okay, so you can still talk to Eddie. I think Eddie will be quite active on the campaign page as well. All right, so thank you. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, everyone.